basement. Level vibes with another one. Straight up. Blackness, aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and pon the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Caldata from City, Vietnam, and since 1965 I become a voter, and I always place my ex next to the cup, and what they are doing today, I can't take it. So I have no more vote to give to PPP anymore. I'm not going to vote anymore no more. If they have to lose by one vote, they're losing it by data.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout, and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment, and you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the
Good night. Welcome to Straight Up. All of you beautiful people who want to see the back of this corrupt PPP regime. We know all of you are willing and are hoping and praying for that to become a reality. Of course, we are all optimistic, or we ought to be optimistic, that it is going to become a reality once again, providing that they do what is right. And they, in the opposition, we constantly keep saying the same thing over and over again. But some of them who don't understand, they don't know what's happening, then they get upset and then their bumps raise. And then they say all manner of things. And then they're willing to take off their petticoat and all things, take off their petticoat. Oh, yeah, that's what they do. And they feel that they can cuss. Oh, Ben Sharp this, Ben Sharp that, this other body this. But look, I got thick skin, man. I've been at this for so many years. I've been through all of it. I've been through the shadow of all sort of things. I've been through the solitary confinement. I've been through it. I've been through the threats. I've been through the lockups. I've been through all of these things because standing strong and fighting for what is right. And nobody is going to intimidate me. Nobody's going to bluff me. Nobody's going to try to wrestle my hands and change my views, all because they want me to fall in line with them. It is not going to happen. Most of you out there already know where my heart lies. You already know the struggle. You already know what I fight for. I have proven that. I don't have to prove it to anybody else again. I don't have to do that. And so some of the pakus who want to say, oh, Ben Sharp is bitter. I mean, it's a sad tune. It is something they sing every goddamn elections. This body bitter, that body bitter. Can they come up with something new? If they can't come up with something new, well, fight for their leader, fight for their political party so that they can win an elections. But what they do is they look at people who are actually fighting for them. And the people who are fighting for them suddenly become the bad person. So Ben Sharp, because he's not playing their style of politics, it means that Ben Sharp is not for them. Ben Sharp doesn't like this person. Ben Sharp doesn't like that person. I'm not in the politics for liking an individual. Basically, in the politics for doing what is right. And to ensure, let me say hi to my cousin Electricity. He just joined us. Give him our regards. Yeah. And so, good night to all of you. Sorry about that. June Chase and all of you. Savish Tish, how are you? And let me just sing this bell. No one, absolutely no one is going to intimidate me. It is not going to work at all. It is not going to work. Tony Hack, I'm aware, one paku on a show, and the host death and Ben Sharp, and God will deal with Ben Sharp. God will deal with Melly Mel. God will deal with Berg. Doesn't even know how to pronounce Burke's name. So everybody, God is going to deal with them. I mean, how wicked can people be? And then they call themselves what? We're fighting. Give me a break, guys. This is becoming foolish. It is dotishness. And you guys, the majority of you guys, can read between the lines and understand what is going on. And what is going on is it's not helpful. And they just do not see, they do not understand. And basically, they have a one vision, one way of looking at things. And let me say this to all of you right now, Beatrice Selby and all of you, good night. Every single one of you, including Electricity. All of you, good night. And now let me say this to you. The opposition, the PNC, because the PNC is the main opposition, regardless of how we twist it and turn it. The others basically coming in and trying a thing. And sometimes when you try a thing, it walk out. It walk out in 2015. It has to work out again. And people are not getting the message. They are not reading. And therefore, when they see something, or listen to something, they only hear what they want to hear. And then when they don't like what they hear, their bumps raise. But let me say this to you. All hands have to be on deck. One set of people or one set of ethnic group cannot win this elections. They just cannot win this elections at all. It cannot be won, right? It just cannot be won. Sean Anthony Ben, if what is being said that you don't like, you can move on. As simple as that. Because there's no need for the silliness. It's just no need for the silliness at all. All right? And so I'm expressing myself, and majority of the people may want to hear. That is why they join, right? And I keep saying to you, go to your press conference and tell them move on at their press conference. Thank you. I hope you get the message by now. So now let me say this here, that when individuals they just listen and what they want to hear, and they believe that politics is just joining the line. And when you don't join the line, they get upset, they get vexed, all sorts of things they want to describe and call you names. It's okay. The only set of folks that we ensure that we throw in the crappo here, in the trench, are trench crappos. That's it. You come with stupidness, we throw you in the trench. Story done. You try to divert attention, we throw you in the trench. And most of them are basically PPP pakus. And we have absolutely no apologies for that. None whatsoever. And so these guys in the opposition, some of them, they do not understand politics. They do not understand the approach. And everybody who doesn't sing, anyone who doesn't sing the same drum, beat the same drum or the tune with them, suddenly becomes an enemy. And so for some of those who are close to Aubrey, Ben Sharp is a big enemy right now. Ben Sharp and others are causing division. They're causing division. They're the reason why there is no coalition. How could that be? Where are these people living? What sort of mentality do they have? Now is not the time for bickering and who this and who that. If I do not support somebody 100%, it doesn't mean that I'm against that person. I'm an opposition supporter right now, and I want to see the opposition kick the PPP out of office. And I will do everything legally possible to ensure that that becomes a reality. What more some of those pakus want to hear? What more? Only God knows. Only God knows. And sometimes no matter what you do, no matter what sacrifices you make, it's never appreciated in your own land. And so I am one, and let me just sound the bell again. I am not a follow the leader kind of guy. I host a show. It's called Straight Up. I try to be as objective as I can. Sometimes I don't get it right. Fair enough. We're human beings. But I am not, I repeat, I am not going to be bullied by anyone. And especially those who are basically in the politics because of some opportunistic reason. I am in the politics for the people, to ensure that there's a better country. I don't want a contract. I don't want a position. I don't want anything. And so there's no reason for me to be bitter. I have refused all. And so there's no one can ever point a finger and say that I get into the politics because I want a seat in parliament. I want a position. I want something. Don't ever go that route with me. Those things were offered to me, and I said no. Absolutely not. Nobody can say they've given me a contract. Nobody can say they've bribed me for any single thing. Nothing at all. And I do not play that political opportunism sort of game. It is not for me. So I just thought I'd get that record straight. What else is happening in your neck of the woods, guys? We can talk about that, because those are far more important things that we need to talk about to unseat the PPP. While the guys in the coalition, in the opposition, they need to get their act together. They need to go back at the table. They need to sit down, and they need to put country first. Now, if they decide to go their separate ways, well, what more can I do? Who is responsible for that? Me? Political parties are basically there to sit and cut a deal. Some of them have already cut a deal, and they're comfortable with that. The AFC is playing hardball. If the AFC, and again I've said this, 40% for the AFC is obviously not what it is. Sherwin Green, we already know, you call it crying, right? But I call it political opportunism. So it's not a matter of crying. You see, you got to understand politics. You got to interpret politics. You got to know what you're saying. This is not about emotionalism. This is not about follow the leader. This is not about give a couple of dollars and feel that you control the party and you have all right to utter stuff now. It's not about that. It's about sacrifices. It's about country first. And that is what we do right here on 107.1 FM. And so in order for the opposition to get it right, it simply means they've got to get their act together. And all hands are on deck. Every single hand's got to be on deck. And so this is not about black politics and black people and black folks and all these sort of things. No, this is about Guyanese. If you want to win the elections, all persons, there are lots of Guyanese of East Indian descent, lots of Guyanese of East Indian descent who are fed up, who are upset with the PPP regime. They want to see the back of the PPP regime, but the opposition folks have got to get their act together. They've got to get this right. The elections is right in their hands. They've just got to get it right. That is all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. You know, Sharon Green, if you think that what is being said here is not positive, you have a choice to choose another show, right? But positive things for some of you guys is to beat the party drum. I'm sure a lot of you not even a member of the PNC, but suddenly y'all become member of the PNC and everything for y'all is party drum, party drum, party drum. And anybody who doesn't beat the party drum, suddenly it becomes not positive. It becomes negative. And people can read right through some of you guys, you know, and right through some of you guys to understand your agenda. We know it. We're big. We understand. And we're smart enough to read between the lines what's happening. So, Sherwin Green, we peep your card, man. We know what is happening, but calm down. You're new to this. You're fresh. You're new, my friend. And all these wild comments out of emotions, we know what it is. Calm your temperature down. At some point in time, you'll get it right. At some point in time, you'll understand. This is high-stake games. This is not hopscotch or troop trials. All right? So keep it calm. Now, what else is it that I notice Francine Cruz is back? Some people say that I talk about Francine Cruz and bingo money and all sort of, oh man. I'll leave Francine alone. She has apologized for the bingo money, and it's okay. We can move on. What else is happening in your neck of the woods that we decide what we talk about right here on 107.1 FM? Do you guys want to talk about Linden and the situation as we started off with the RSS officers? Don't waste your time, guys. Don't waste your time at all. Don't waste your time at all. Because the report is not going to be favorable to you guys. It's just not going to be favorable to you guys. Because what they're doing, and again, this is just my opinion, is they are basically trying to cook things up. And whilst people are so divided and they're so emotional and all sort of irrelevant tantrums that they're throwing, because they have an agenda. And those who are throwing the tantrums, their agenda is not necessarily an agenda for the country itself. It's called political opportunism, and we know them. We know what they're about. We know what they're about. You know what they're about. Sherwin Green said, I can't. Look, Sherwin is my brother, man. Look, Sherwin, go and sleep. He's my brother, you know, and politics not going to divide us. I see where it's heading, Sherwin. You want to pick a fight, but nah. Remember, you can't win this fight, you know. You're still my brother. Go get your bed and sleep. Or, all right. Yeah, I'll leave Sherwin Green alone. Leave him alone. He means well. He's passionate. And you know, there are always people like Sherwin Green. They're passionate. They're very passionate. And no offense. Y'all leave us alone. He will be okay. Just like Sean Ben. Right? And so back to what's happening in Linden, guys. The RSS officers are in the process, and this is basically my opinion, they are in the process of cooking things up. Again, I repeat, this is my personal view. They are in the process of cooking things up. And it appears that those who are supposed to be still standing up and demanding justice And now this is what's going to happen, right? You're going to hear that Ben Shapa did again, because we're trying to speak the truth, that you cannot get the sort of justice that you want if the tongue is quiet now. Right, Tony Hack? Right, Sonia Rigby? The tongue of Linden is quiet right now. How can you get justice if it is so quiet? Who really is demanding justice? You don't know. But yet people bumps race for the wrong reason. They go after, they attack, and all sort of things. The wrong set of people. If they use that energy to attack the PPP, then we would not have been in this sort of situation that we are in, scrambling for a coalition or whatever. But misguided focus out of course, lack of experience. So these guys are going to shock you, all of you. And then when they shock you guys, because some of you are so distracted. Every time a tinning cup beat y'all, after that tinning cup, and then it dies down. Then there's no longer that tinning cup. Then you come back over here. Then you beat back another tinning cup. Then you run, so beat back a tinning cup. By time elections time, y'all get headache. Some of y'all get narrow. Because y'all forget that every drum beat, y'all dance here, dance there. Dance here, dance there. Dance here. There's no consistency by some of you guys. Absolutely. And I don't have to call names. You guys know who you are, right? You guys know who you are. Good night to all of you if you're now joining us. Some of you are celebrating your birth anniversary. I noticed there's a May Harris. May Harris. Happy birthday to you, May Harris. God's richest blessing, a fighter. I don't necessarily agree with her all the time, but she is a fighter. And I love fighters. And so I take the time out and salute that fighter. I admire fighters. You know, there's fighters. And, well, let me leave Francine Cruz and Sean Anthony Green alone tonight. So how many of you guys have confidence? And I'll just take a quick poll for maybe about a minute or 2 minutes. How many of you guys, again, because maybe some of them are looking, these RSS officers, how many of you guys have confidence in them? Or do you have confidence in the RSS? Yes or no? Do you guys have confidence in the RSS? Yes or no? Do you guys have confidence? Sonia Rigby from Linden. The Lindeners are saying they do not have confidence. Lily Golivia, no confidence. Ingrid Downey, no confidence. Angela Ben and all of you guys. Ann Lois, Poor People Governor, no confidence. Keith Virgil, no confidence. Patrick, no confidence. And so the question now is, the next question, Lynette and all of you, Allison and all of you, no one has confidence in them. Absolutely no one. Wait a minute. We can't even get a yes, right? Look, this is how serious it is. No confidence in these people. Absolutely no confidence in these people. None whatsoever. Sean Anthony Ben is distracted in his own conversation, and this is why we are where we are again. You know, the distraction. It's the deliberate distraction. We're talking about whether there's any confidence, and Sean Ben, instead for him to vote, he's talking the usual stuff. You know, sometimes I wonder, why is he really a Ben, right? Good. So majority of you, or all of you, have absolutely no confidence. But why is it? Here's my next question to you guys. Why is it that Linden is so quiet? Is it because they're preparing for the Linden Tongue Day, which begins on Friday? Big bubble session going on. Big bubble session going on. How many of you guys believe that there should be no tongue week? Absolutely no tongue week. Tongue week or no tongue week? Let's hear from you guys. Tongue week or no tongue week? No tongue week or tongue week? because they're beginning, they're preparing for big sporting, big partying, and all these things. Big sporting and big partying in Linden, the mining town of Linden, this Friday. Meanwhile, everything is quiet, quiet, quiet. Something has happened. I don't know. I don't want to give my mouth liberty, but for this sort of calmness, right after two young men were murdered by members of the Guyana Police Force, it's so quiet. Can anybody say why? And if so, something isn't adding up. Something isn't adding up. And so, as of Friday, I want you guys to know that they are preparing to, guess what? They are preparing to wind up, jump up, drink up, enjoy themselves. And the people have lost the people have lost their two loved ones. No justice. No talk about what has happened to the policemen. Nothing. We're not hearing whether they're still under close arrest. Nothing. Now, these are the things that people ought to be focused on. If you're going to get justice, it's an elections year. You fight and you fight and you fight and you fight for justice. That is where your energy, all of your energy, has to be focused on. Those sort of things. Fighting for justice and doing what is right. Fighting to wrestle and who this and who like this and who like that. There's bigger things that people have to focus on. And what is going on right now in Linden, I don't know. I can't blame you guys on Facebook. I certainly can't blame you guys on Facebook. What are the leaders doing? What is it that they're doing in Linden to keep this thing alive? I don't know. How many of you guys have, but then again, I might say this, and then people going to say Ben Shap is a PPP, or Ben Shap is this, or Ben Shap bitter. But how many of you guys have confidence in those leaders in Linden? Let's start off with the mayor of Linden, Sharma Solomon. How many of you guys have confidence in the mayor of Linden, his worship, Sharma Solomon? And let's go. How many of you? Do you have confidence in Sharma Solomon, the mayor of Linden? Yes or no? Do you have confidence in Sharma? We're running a mini poll, so to speak. Confidence in the mayor of Linden, Sharma Solomon. We'll take him first. Keith Virgil is saying none. I'm not sure if you're saying that you have none, no confidence in Sharma Solomon, or no tongue weak. I'm not sure. Alicia is saying yes. And we see Sandra Hanover saying yes. Ann Lewis, hi Ann, how are you? Good. Ann Lewis is saying the only one that she has confidence is Sharma Solomon. John Levin says yes, yes. Shimmy Benjamin say no. Lily says I do. Poor People Governor again. Oh, Poor People Governor say yes. All right, and you know he does it with his own style. Yes, I saw Poor People Governor with his dark shades, and I forget what the subject matter was about, but most of you guys have confidence in Sharma Solomon. How many of you guys have confidence in the regional chairman of Region 10? The regional chairman of Region 10. If you guys know his name, you can type his name as well. How many of you guys have confidence in the regional chairman of Region 10? Let's go. Tonight is let me see how much confidence you have in your leaders. Bonita Elise Parker, how are you? Yes, yes. Janet Elias has confidence in Devin Sears. Really? You serious? Somebody said Darren Adams. No, not Darren. He's not Darren. He's a good guy. He's good. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And then they have some others trying a thing. How many of you guys have confidence in the MPs, the two MPs? They have two MPs. Jermaine Figueroa and Devin Sears. How many of you guys have confidence in the MP, the first MP, that is Figueroa? How many of you guys have confidence in Figueroa. Jermaine Figueroa. I'm going to sit back on this one here, please. How many of you guys have confidence in Jermaine Figueroa? Confidence? Jermaine Figueroa. Take it easy, guys. Be nice. Come on now, you can do better. Be nice. Be nice. Somebody, can we get a yes? Somebody? All of you know? No? No? Somebody can, you guys be nice? Oh, Beatrice Selby, we got one. So, Jeremy, you get one. You get two, Jeremy. Wow. But the majority is no. What about, enough of Jeremy? We get the message already. We got the message. What about the other guy, Devin Sears? I think that's his name. He is from the AFC. Jermaine Figueroa is from the PNC. What about the other guy from the AFC, Devin Sears? You guys have confidence in him? Confidence? Frank Rice. Oh, man, we don't. Frank Rice, what sort of nonsense is that, man? We don't behave like that over here. But who get confidence in somebody rear end? Come on, man. Don't do that to us. Don't soil the program like that. All right, we got the message. Time to move on now. Again, good night. How many of you guys have confidence? We've gone past that. Have you noticed, though, that with regards to the State Department report, and this is what Sean Anthony Benn was actually referring to earlier. This is something that should have been discussed in length. And this is what the opposition has, the parliamentary opposition has a shadow minister of Home Affairs. These are serious matters that should have been discussed. There should have been a press conference called to discuss this matter. This is an important matter. There should have been a press conference call by maybe the parliamentary opposition to discuss it. You can't allow Anil and these guys to say something at their whatever it is show and making it look as though it's nothing and trying to blame the opposition. No, you can't blame the opposition. People already know what these Pakus in the PPP are about. And this is what I talk about the opposition. And when you try to give them pointers, some people bumps raised. They equate it to don't like, and they equate it to cry, cry. That is what, and that's as far as they go, right? And all I'm saying is that the opposition has to do more. Most of what is being done, and let's be realistic here. Most of what is being done to go after the corrupt PPP regime is done on social media. It's done on programs like these, social media program. At one point in time, people get the impression that we are the opposition. And so at least we have been saying here on 107.1 FM, let the opposition be, let them do more. They need a robust public relations team. And so with this here, this is big news. There should have been a press conference to address this issue. Now, the shadow minister of Home Affairs, I believe, is Ramjatan. Ramjatan has been quiet on a lot of issues. I don't know why. Somebody asked me if I saw Comrade Ramjatan in Linden to talk to the people, to sympathize with the people in Linden after the shooting. I haven't seen. I don't know when was the last time I saw Comrade Ramjatan. I don't, honestly. And he is supposed to be, somebody could correct me, he is supposed to be the shadow minister of Home Affairs. Drugs missing. Pungs upon pungs of cocaine missing from the police evidence department or wherever. And nothing, no press conference to go after these people. in the police force and the corrupt government. But we're not hearing. We're not hearing. We're not seeing the kind of press conference that we should be seeing. We're not hearing the sort of things that we should be hearing. All we're hearing about is 60-40. Who want 40%, who want 60%, who got to get Ministry of Finance, who got to get Ministry of Home Affairs, who got to get this position, who got to go in as Member of Parliament, who got to be lead of the list, who got to be this, who got to be presidential candidate, who got to be prime ministerial candidate, and who pull out and who go back in. That's all we're hearing. The people are, for the most part, mind you, the people are sick and tired of these things. They want to hear real issues. At some point in time, they will get it together. Stay behind your closed door and get the darn thing together. Fight this thing behind closed doors. Every minute y'all running out to the media. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. You guys got to get it right. People are punishing in that country. People want a change in that country. And that is what the opposition is supposed to be doing. Not crying, meow, 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 meow. Cocaine missing from the police. What happened to the cocaine? All these things that people need to hear. I don't know. And people, they get upset when you talk. You can't talk. Yeah, you can't talk. But I can talk, and I can talk until they get it right. They've got to get it right. They've got to, everything that happened that is important, they got to call a press conference. Story done. They got to get a better PR. This is an elections year. If they can't get their PR right, well then, what's the sense? What's the sense if you can't get your PR right? You can't sit down behind your keyboard and who vex and who in like who and who in like who, and who like who and who God gonna kill and who God gonna kill and who is this and who is that. Too much energy wasted on stupidity. Too much energy wasted on stupid things. But then again, when you talk the bumps raised, they're vexed. They're suing in their little group. But that's another thing, eh? That's another thing. What else is happening? We know the U.S. State Department. We know what they have said. Ramjatan and them banners quiet. I don't know for what, man. I don't know. I know Colin Barnwell gonna get vexed when I say the AFC, the shadow minister is Ramjatan. They're quiet. Oh, Father. I don't know. Gold bar, drugs. I don't know. Meanwhile, that school, another thing out in Linden, thanks operator, that school, the school in Linden, this Paku is supposed to be a foreman. Look, he mout. Surely he's not a Ben. He can't be a Ben, right? But anybody is talking about the school in Linden, Bamia Primary School, William Bill Cato. Is anybody talking about the school? Anyone talking about the school in Linden and when the school, Bamia Primary School, is going to be ready? So many kids are punishing as a result of the corrupt PPP regime. When are the leaders in Linden? Or who is the shadow minister of education? Keep these people in the PPP on their back foot. You got to keep them busy. You got to get press conference upon press conference. That is what you got to do. Neville Sital said, take her off. Take her off. You're right, Neville. Good night to you guys. Rajan, Bim, how are you doing? And nobody really cares. What's happening to that school? Months ago, Tanti Marjagdev said, the school is complete. I don't know what school he's talking about. Probably I-Flat University. Where is the school? Where is the school? Marla Alikak, oh man, how this banner gonna look like Roysdale? Oh man, don't be so disrespectful to Roysdale. Roysdale is at least better looking than this Paku. All right. What else at 9:44? What else do you guys want to talk about? Let me hear. I'll go with what you guys say. What else you guys want to hear me discuss tonight? Let me hear what Colin bombs raised. Colin, good night, my friend. Colin said that he's no loyal supporter of any party. These folks have all failed us. I may have spoken more about Norton because he's opposition leader, but make no mistake, I'm very clear-eyed about the failures of AFC and every other opposition party. So what we can do? What's the way forward, Colin? We already know what's happening, but the question is, what's the way forward? The PPP can be defeated and must be defeated by every legal means necessary. They will and they must be defeated. And the question is basically, I see Roland and all of them. Yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome. So the opposition guys got to get their act together. What's happening at GCOM? I was hoping that there would be a joint press conference by the three opposition MPs. Not MPs, sorry, the three opposition commissioners. People need to be hearing from those people as often as possible. I keep repeating, this is an elections year, guys. The PPP is on its knees, begging, running out, dishing out money left, right, and center, giving away money. All because they want to buy votes, because they know that they are in a very terrible position, a bad position. The people who supported them in the numbers, so to speak, are no longer supporting them. They know it. People are crying out every single day. It doesn't matter the ethnicity of those people. Again, that is why I say the opposition folks have to send a message of unity. This is not about just the black votes that you're going to be fighting for and believe that the black votes are the only votes that's going to get you over the finishing line. No, all votes are needed. Everybody in Guyana is frustrated right now. That is why the opposition, they need a strong coalition that's able to attract all the voters. What's wrong with that? Put the country first. This is not about 60-40. And if you get 40, you get vexed and you're gone. And if you're offered 35, you ask for 35, you gone to 35, the 35 in walk. You're vexed. You want 35, 40. Well, I don't even know about 35. Some of them small parties collect their little 1 seat, 2 seats, and they accept it. So they're fighting now. They're fighting now because they get something to fight for. They get something to fight for. What they get to fight for is the seat that they were promised. And that is what I have a problem with. The zigzagging, bum, 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 bum. And when you get what you want, boom. You know what I mean? Read between the lines. That's why tonight's subject we have political opportunism. Put country first. You can still serve your country without a seat in parliament. A lot of you are doing that. A lot of you are doing far more than most of the politicians, the MPs there. And you don't have a seat in parliament. You guys are fighting every single day. You think it's easy to turn on this camera, go in front of the camera and fight? You think it's easy? If you think it's easy, ask some of the guys that actually do it. Ask them. It's not easy. And sometimes it's just not easy dealing with our Guyanese people. It's just not easy to please them, you know. It's not easy at all to please them. If you think a line, ask them. Ask those who do these sort of shows that think it's easy, right? And that is why every day, every night we're out here battling and fighting the PPPC. That's who we're fighting, the PPPC. And a darn good job at doing it as well. I repeat, a darn good job doing it as well. Right? A darn good job at going after the PPP regime. So don't fight up. Don't fight up with them. Let me see. Just got a message from someone says, right now the hits and jams, blah, blah, blah. Cartel show, preparing to go to Guyana. Be careful, guys. Be careful. This is not about emotionalism. Pick up a little book, sometimes read and understand politics, understand what is being said. Not anything wild off your head. I don't know, man. Sometimes you wonder. Aubrey Williams says here, let me see Aubrey. Yeah, Aubrey. Aubrey. Let me leave some of them people and their emotions alone. So Aubrey Williams is saying here, Mark, nobody in put in country first. And Aubrey Williams has a point. Aubrey Williams has a point. Some of the people because they've been promised some seat, some of them when the coalition gets in, and I'm optimistic that the opposition will get it right. We all want them to get it right. We're not all going to agree on everything at the same time, but what all of us can agree with is they've got to get it right. And this is about country first. It has to be wrestled back from the corrupt PPP regime. This is not about who going to get a seat, who going to be minister, or who going to get a little contract and who going to this. And so when they give a little money now to the party, they know it's an investment for later to come. And no, that is not the politics that I play. That's not the politics that we shouldn't play. Right, Aubrey Williams? And so I agree with you. Put the country first. Self after. Put country first. What else we can discuss before? Oh, yeah. Those kids came into the country, Carifesta, right, is it? And they did well for Guyana. Not a welcome home to those people. I noticed the shadow minister of sports, Nima Flew, Bess, one of my favorites. I kind of like her style. I like her spirit. She was there. I heard her voice. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, man. Oh. Thank you so much, MP Flew Bess. Thank you so much. But that is it. No minister of, what's his name, Charles Ramson Jr., none of these guys, nobody did what they had to do to respect those young people, to welcome them back, to offer them some sort of scholarship, to give something, to show some appreciation. Maybe what the mayor of Georgetown should do, or if some of them are from Linden, what the mayor of Linden should do, or wherever they're from. If they live in Bartica, well, we can't expect the mayor from Bartica because them chaps is PPP banners. It's hardly hear them doing anything that makes sense. So if some of them are from New Amsterdam, the mayor from New Amsterdam should give them the key or a nice welcome at City Hall, a token of appreciation. The mayor of Linden should do the same. Take them to City Hall. The mayor of Georgetown should do the same. We got to encourage our young people, our young sportsmen and women. We don't do that. In Jamaica, guess what? They do that every single year. I know some of the Jamaican guys, when they were pen relay and all of these things, they did that to help Guyanese. But the Guyanese, look at what happened. Vibes Cartel is going to, I think they have a show with Vibes Cartel, a brainwashing show, right? A brainwashing show. Now, nothing personal against Vibes Cartel, but he's basically going there to kickstart in Guyana, to kickstart the PPP campaign. That is what Vibes Cartel is doing, and to brainwash people. You're going to see at the airport, a minister going to go down there, and all these guys, Ramson, they're going to be there with big security. Why we couldn't treat our young athletes who went to represent Guyana, who put Guyana on the map, so to speak, who represented their country? Why we couldn't get these people back from the airport escorted by police? But the police know to escort their friends and their so-called friends and paymasters in the underworld and gold smugglers. Escort them and their vehicles and their families. But the young people, I'm sure they get pushed in some big bus and send them to town, send them back wherever. Nothing at all. No appreciation. None whatsoever. Why? Because of their complexion? Because of, let me don't talk about complexion. Why? Because of their ethnicity? Oh no, let me don't talk about the ethnicity too. Because some Pacus think that, forget it. I told you guys last night, right? Some in the PNC think I'm racist. Just could you believe that? But the government obviously is portraying that racist tendency every single time. Racism, racism, racism. Why? Because of the ethnicity of those athletes? That's why you're treating them like that? Would they have been treated that way if they were cricketers? Of course, a mixture of everybody, majority of then there would have been police escort. Then there would have been a minister at the airport and all manner of things. But no, those kids, those young African Guyanese kids walked off there with their bag on the shoulder. Had it not been for the shadow minister, Nemo Flew Best, and her team, kudos to her, kudos to others who went out there. At least they made those kids feel a little special. I watched the video and I saw the body language of those kids. They were like, while we appreciate it, like, treat them right. When you treat them right, you encourage them to go back and do better. You encourage them to go and beat the Jamaicans. Because that girl Springer, she beat them, man. The Jamaican girl was no match for her. Now, I love my Jamaican friends and them, right? But we oftentimes tease each other. That young lady, that young woman, Springer, oh gosh, whoever she is, man, congrats to her. She deserves some sort of, all of them deserve some sort of recognition. And I hope the mayor of Linden and also the mayor of Georgetown and the mayor of New Amsterdam, wherever these young people are from, can get that recognition. Get that recognition, please. They need to get that recognition. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Somebody's saying that poor people governor is delusional. Now, this is what we do on this platform. We want to respect each other's views, right? We're not going to be a platform where people calling in and cussing out other people, other talk show hosts, and calling for the death and God gonna knock down their dotishness. So we don't do that here, though, right? The only person who will go after is them trench crappos. We know who those trench crappos are. Okay, we know who those trench crappos are. So this is an elections period, and we want to ensure all of the votes. I know there's some who are chasing away votes, chasing away people. You can't win in elections like that. And if you go on the Village Voice, you'll see that I have an article there. You cannot win in elections by cussing out people, chasing out people, and all manner of things. You cannot. All votes right now are needed. All votes, every single vote, whether you agree with somebody 100%, 50%, 30%, every single vote comes at this point in time. What else is happening as we look at the time? Wayne Caesar, we saw Wayne Caesar earlier register his presence. We spoke during the course of the day. Well, Wayne usually checks in to see if old pops are right. And we did see Wayne and his brother, Gavin, and all the others. We haven't seen George Tanner, right? George Tanner, George Tanner already. Basil Bradshaw, let me hear what he's saying. Good night to you, Basil B. And by the way, Basil Bradshaw will have a show. We've been saying that since last year. He's supposed to start his show right here on 107.1 FM. Right here. Y'all inbox Basil. Basil, we need to get your show going, sir. So Basil says, Plaisance as usual, honored. It's villager Tiana Spring is from Plaisance. Basil getting blocked. Tiana Springer is from Linden, Basil. Don't let me go up the road. Is from Linden, right? I don't know where Basil get Plaisance from. How many of you guys believe that Tiana Springer, the girl that the young lady that beat all of them in a small but effective and touching ceremony? Okay, we do that for her on every remarkable performance. In the absence of government's interest in that field, other villagers should do the same. Fair enough, and I support you on this 100%, Basil. 100%, I support this. And once they are going to be having this sort of event, Yeah, Miss Diane Stewart. I'm just kidding. Not everybody from Linden. Oh, y'all don't come after me now, right? Quincy Andrews, oh my, y'all don't do that. Cheryl Panchan, y'all don't do me that. I'm just pulling Basil's legs. Salute to Miss Springer, but Basil has a good idea. The folks of Plaisance, they're getting together and they're doing something for her. Kudos. Whatever it is that you guys are doing for her, Basil, please give me the information, whatever it is, and maybe we can make it a grand something there in Plaisance. And maybe we'll, through the Ben Shop Foundation, get a donation for you guys. So let me know who the organizers are, and at least I will pledge on my own behalf 20,000 Guyana dollars. And so we want to make it big. And Basil is correct that if Plaisance could do it, the villages that those other youngsters are from should also do it. So I agree with you, Basil Bradshaw. 100. I almost sound like one of them talk show hosts that say 100%. 100%. Nancy is saying 20,000 is a lot. Thank you, Nancy. You could double that, Nancy. Nancy always pops in from wherever, probably from Plaisance. Let me see. So guys, I was just pulling Basil's legs when I said she is from Linden. Of course, she is from Plaisance. Frank Rice saying set up a GoFundMe. Oh man. Oh, okay. Basil is saying it's done already. Okay. Yeah. Kudos to you guys, dear Basil. And that's why you need to have your show right here on 107.1 so we can hear these things. Basil is the sports guy, by the way. And Basil, and I go way back about 30 years, man. We're getting old, Basil. 30-something years of friendship. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't agree. Sometimes we rent the same car. That's an inside joke. I'm out of here, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night. Be sure to tune into the other programs. The messages might not be all the same, but the objective is the same. We've got to ensure that we do all that is possible to ensure that the PPP is out of office. We might not all take the same path, but like I've said, the objective is always the same: to get rid of the corrupt PPP regime. And so Nancy thought that I was giving 20,000 US. Oh man, don't do me that. No mean like one of them custmen said is get cash up. I know when last I put my cash up here, but maybe Friday I should put my cash up with fruit. All right, I love you guys. Let's keep hope alive, man. We've got to keep hope alive. Better days are ahead. We've got to keep hope alive. We got to keep hope alive. All right. So we are out of here. Say bye-bye. You see, Emma knows when it's time to go. So I'm out of here, guys. See you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here on 107.1 FM. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how we go set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth.
a poo-poo.
There you go again.
Stop.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
So, my relationship? Nothing. He's a tenant in my place, yeah.
And he's a good friend of yours?
Yes, he is a friend of ours.